Dave Attell, and I'm going in to see Howard and the whole crew. It's, I guess, my yearly checkup.
Dave Attell is here. His stand-up special, Captain Miserable, Saturday night at 10 o'clock on HBO. He's out promoting that. He's going to join us for the news. Everybody likes Dave. Captain Miserable. That's a good name. I like the name Captain Miserable for a special. I like that. Hey, Dave. I like the name Captain Miserable.
You like it?
I do. It's a good name for a special.
It wasn't my first choice. The other ones, they can't sell in, like, retail stores, so I had to go for that one.
What dirty names?
Well, I wanted Horlarious, and evidently it's too dirty for Walmart. So.
Horlarious is too dirty.
Yeah.
And what other names did you have?
Then I was like, then we kind of went crazy, like 180 pounds of sad, that's like, Captain Miserable. And
180 pounds of sad they had a problem with?
Well, I guess it just bummed everybody out too much.
Wouldn't sell.
And then there was the, then there was like the jokier ones, like an inconvenient tooth. So we're thinking, everybody, kind of like the kids.
Right. They might think that's a porno.
It's early. Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
Mr. Takai, I am the biggest fan. Taku? Mr. Tiki? I am the biggest fan of yours.
Based on what work? Heroes or Star Trek?
Well, Heroes, let's face it, that is a fag fest. I mean, come on, really. That is a buffet of gay. Wow.
Is it really? What do you mean it's a buffet of gay?
Now, do you like that show, Howard, or what?
What, Heroes?
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a chick show.
Is it?
Do you watch it with Beth? Because at the end, it's always the same thing. It's like, if you could have a superpower, what would it be? And you got to say something like girly, like, hugs that'll never end, words that turn into flowers.
But
I always say something like, jism that causes amnesia. Or, Taku, what do you think?
What about the world getting to
I don't hear you, George.
George.
Oh, you might.
We're losing you.
There you go.
I didn't know that.
We're on the.
Put your headphones.
What do you think, Attell? You think Attell's being that funny off the air?
Dave's really kind of a sad sack off the air.
Come in and promote this special.
You'll never see Dave this animated unless he's on the air, believe me.
Oh, sorry.
There's money on the line.
Right. But, Dave, I'm excited you're here. And
well, thanks for having me.
Very nice of you to tell George that you are his biggest fan and then mispronounce his name.
Well, all right. You got me.
Was that what you said?
I actually...
Are you a Star Trek fan?
Yes,
you
huge.
Are. Did you, when you were a kid growing up, you would watch George Takei and you would...
Tiki, you see it?
Tiki.
Yeah. You do the Vulcan greeting?
Exactly, yeah.
Yes.
The super fly of the 60s.
You're tricky.
Were you a nerd? Is that what you're saying? Like you were into the Star Trek? Did you do any other nerdy things?
I didn't. I was kind of the, didn't have the nerd skills of, there was no computers back then. We had like steam engines and, devil worship.
But I think I saw you at that Star Trek convention here in New York in 1974.
Well.
Was that you in the special? You were wearing a Sulu costume.
Was that right after Amok Time?
You were in that line holding that huge shopping bag that said Star Trek.
Listen, Sulu, I'm about to switch to Chekhov as his biggest fan, all right? My dad didn't like him because he was a communist.
You would never go to a Star Trek convention.
No, I went to one with Dave Joskow, who's a really good buddy of mine. Mm-hmm. We went down to one, and it was right after, I guess, the movies hit, which we were so happy that you guys finally went to a movie because that was like our biggest, like, oh, I can't wait till this comes to a movie, and, we actually see, like, some frontal nudity or, an antenna or something.
Right.
Well, and we went there, and we got drunk, we got totally fucked up. It was great, and we were hanging out, and nobody gets laid, but still, it's like the story of it.
That first movie was like frontal nudity. We had that spandex uniform, one piece.
I like the way he says that.
And you saw everything.
Yeah, she has a beautiful speaking voice, Mr.
I actually, I don't know about Richie because I know he's Mr. with the dick thing, but I would actually suck his cock.
You would. Of course you can.
I wouldn't give him my 80 number one blowjob, but I would give you my toothy junior high blowjob.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, so this
a lot of teeth. I'm saving that for Shatner. What do you think?
Good. Give it to him.
He does not like Shatner.
Well, really? Why not?
Oh, they had many a falling out. Shatner was not nice.
Oh, you don't know about that.
Well, first of all, is it anti-Semitism? Because Shatner's a Jew.
That's right.
So is Leonard Nimoy, and so is Chekhov.
Whoa.
He knows them all.
They control the whole Federation?
What do you think of that? Talk about a stereotype.
You can't even get out of the store system without a heap. All right, so what's up? So why don't you like Shatner?
Oh, why don't I like Shatner? Well, I think Kirk was created by Bill Shatner. What?
Can we make eye contact?
Yes.
But don't use the Amok Time.
I will not.
Something.
I will not. I'll use the naked time look.
Okay, good. By the way, I'm also a fan of you in the Green Beret.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about John Wayne and,
John Wayne, David Jansen,
John Wayne,
Jim Hutton.
the best chain smoker ever, 200 cigarettes a day.
He overcame cancer then.
Mm-hmm.
He said he beat the big C. And
Yeah.
he was
And he asked for a
he's an
cigarette, kept
amazing
smoking.
man.
Artie, are you listening?
Yes, I'm writing this down.
It's like a hero for us.
Did he quit smoking when he got lung cancer?
He did.
No,
He did.
no,
See,
he didn't.
That's once you have lung cancer, you might as well keep smoking. I don't admire
Yeah.
that.
Well, he said he did.
Right.
And, Jimmy Doohan quit smoke. He was a smokestack. Jimmy Doohan and
Really?
Scotty. He was a smokestack.
Well, he's
And
down in
would
the
drink-
engine room. What do you want him to do?
Well,
know what?
but when he got his first heart attack,
Yeah.
he quit, and he quit cold turkey, just like that.
Why is that funny to you?
No, did you hear my raspy?
Can I tell you something? I
ahead.
can tell you something.
All right, go ahead.
Why is
Howard.
he wearing an overcoat in here?
It's cold.
I have to do an episode of Law and Order. There's a writer's strike.
Got to do what you got to do. Are you part of the writer's strike?
Yes, I am.
You are.
I'm on the side of the producer. No, yeah, I'm in the Writers Guild.
You're in the Writers Guild. You have written things, so therefore you're considered a writer.
Howard, I've had writing jobs that kids dream of, and I've totally fucked every one of them up.
For example,
SNL,
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
What do you mean they fired you?
or as they call it in television, they don't ask you back. So
What happened? Well, how did you?
I was
fuck it?
horrible.
What do you
The
mean? You
worst
couldn't write a
writer.
funny script?
Couldn't do a sketch. We called it back then.
Right. That's not your thing.
No, I'm not a sketch guy.
What are you? You're a one-liner guy, right?
Well, easy.
Is that bad to say?
This is it. Now, am I going to head down to Collins? I watched that on demand, and what you did to that poor man, he's a legend in comedy. He's the greatest
I love
comedy.
Colin.
I'm so sick. Talk about the writer's strike. I'm online, and there's an 18-year-old kid right ahead of me. Not even that, probably like 17. And he goes, "Hey, you're that guy from Insomniac. What are you up to now?" And I go, "I'm doing an HBO special." He goes, "That's it?" I was like 17. I'm like, "How many specials have you done, you piece of shit?"
Yeah.
Right? Sulu, help me.
You're fighting with
Chop
people.
him.
You're fighting with people on the line.
On the line,
But
yeah.
he's right. Everybody knows about show business nowadays because of magazines and shit. They
Right.
print all you're supposed to have a ton of shit going on when
I
you
know.
talk to
and
these
if you-
teenagers.
I know. They don't like to hear that you're only doing one thing.
But
Like
you have
doing
any deals?
spots on the weekend was a big deal when you do comedy. Now these kids are like, I don't know, it's going to be such a big letdown, unless they get this huge
HBO
amphitheater tour
This
going.
HBO special, Captain Miserable, is a big deal. I mean, how many
Thank you,
people get
Howard.
an HBO special? I mean, I
Well,
think that's
DL.
exciting.
Well,
Right.
what's
But no,
his name?
come on. This is a big deal
No,
for
wait.
you.
Who else did them? DL and
Chris Rock?
well, of course, but no. Recently, he was,
Dave
Full
Chappelle?
House. No.
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget. Oh, sorry. I ruined your
I
joke.
was trying to, be a part of the HBO team there for a
Wow,
minute.
did you think you and Bob Saget, actually?
I know,
Yeah.
huh? Dirty and dirty.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
You go out on this writer's strike.
Right.
You stand there with a picket sign?
I actually, I don't know what it is, but I couldn't hold the sign, but I was like walking with them, and
They didn't give you a sign. You weren't big enough for a sign.
no, but I did. What I wanted to bring down, like the first day I saw them out there, I was like, I want to bring down like donuts, but then Leno did that. So then when I went down, I brought like coffee and whatever. But then, David, who's the guy from Homicide?
Oh, God.
Belzer.
Belzer? Yeah.
Belzer showed up with like beautiful veal Parmesan sandwiches. So it's really who can top who? He
I saw
makes way more money.
Belzer.
I heard you went down to the picket line with food, but you charged people for the food.
Whoa.
You were trying to
Never
make
got a
couple-
dinner.
No, but you when you picket, where do you do this? In New York or in L.A.?
What are you talking about? In New York.
You do it in New York.
Yeah,
You
New York
picket
is
in
a
New
way
York.
different scene. It's a Valley Forge out here. There's kids wearing rags. In L.A., it's like the cast of, Desperate Housewives. They're blowing the kids, bringing them vegan lattes and whatever.
You mean it's better to picket in L.A.?
In L.A.,
It
definitely.
is.
It's
There's
a
going to be a
networking.
Star Trek themed picket line Monday.
Where?
At Paramount.
Oh, okay.
See.
I'm going to be
there really?
joining them. Yeah.
It sounds like
Star Trek
fun
people
to
are showing
picket in
up.
L.A. In New York, it sounds like all you get is Belzer.
Yeah, I know. We have.
Right.
I think Artie lit up the line more than anybody.
I saw Belzer the day I went too, and he had like 4 of his dogs.
Yeah.
And he's just introducing his dogs to everybody online, and
Use it as an opportunity.
it was like with writers. because I did a couple of the longshoremen ones, you know. And
I'm sure that was a little.
Well, the conversation wasn't as good as the longshoremen.
I'm sure it was more entertaining.
But it was more active. The writers were in a small circle that eventually just stopped moving, and everybody was just whining.
It was a Jew fest, and there was one black guy and one like semi-fuckable chick, and that was about it.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of hot chicks.
There was a lot of people there who like just wanted to support something. You know, I guess this was like a PETA moment or something.
There aren't hot chicks at a writer's strike?
Probably not. Probably in L.A.
There are in
New York.
L.A.
You know, there's like a couple. I don't know. I really don't know.
Nora Ephron was the hottest one I saw.
Well, Tina Fey was there.
Tina Fey is cute. Yeah, you should be banging her, shouldn't you?
Right.
Yeah.
Here's something. I went to did USO tour, and I wanted to give this to Artie since we were talking about smoking. These are cigarettes that I got there.
Yeah.
So at your own risk.
Where is where? Where were you on USO tour? Were you in Afghanistan? Were you in Iraq? Where were you?
This time I was in Iraq and Kuwait with Scott Kennedy, who's a funny comic out of Texas, and Jeff Wells.
Aren't you scared when you go to Iraq? I mean, I would imagine you're like, what the hell am I doing here?
It was really quiet when I was there because there was a soccer championship going on.
But you never see you never see a
soccer. They love soccer. Am I right? You've been to other worlds.
So they put down the guns and the bombs.
You never see any action. Did you see people getting killed?
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah.
Okay. This was like we did. The USO, and I want Artie to go with me or go by yourself because they would love you.
I'm supposed to go. Yeah, now they allowed it finally.
Okay, well, we should hook that tour up.
Yeah. All right, we'll do it the same week. I'm serious.
Let's do it when it's 130 degrees. I want to see how long you last.
I prefer that.
But, okay, so we did like a lot of bases, and they were really great to us, like way better. You know, they treat you like I'm a D-level celebrity, let's say. Right? They treated me like I was George. I swear to God, they bumped me up a notch to be
Anybody who shows up feels instantly like a huge star.
Yeah, so that was great. And they really they love comedy. You know, it's such a long grind. They keep going back and back and back, and it's really not fair. And we did one base, which was the Special Forces base, and we weren't allowed to know where it was. And I look out, and it was like the worst show we did. And it was in the afternoon, and a lot of these shows are in the afternoon, weird times, whenever they can fit you in. And I'm like, you know, afterwards, like a show, I'm like, that kind of sucked. Who the fuck were these people, you know? And then I was realizing these are Special Forces guys. Right now in their mind, they're somewhere in Iran or something, you know? It's like, you know, there's a guy in the back, he's dressed up as the Pope. There's another guy, he's pretending to be a camel. You know, they're like on a mission, you know? And I'm like,
these guys are risking
who
their
doesn't
lives.
laugh at an Amish show? What are these?
Now, when they take you to a secret location, do they blindfold you? I mean, would you even know where you were? I don't even know where I
wouldn't
here.
know.
I can't get here. I don't even know how you would give out a secret location.
I can all I can tell you is that Baghdad is like fucking one of the dumpiest towns, and I've been all over. And I'm telling you, that place is a dump.
But I mean, Baghdad's dangerous. I mean, you're really risking your life.
And stuff.
But still, you're risking your life, aren't you?
Am I?
I don't know. I feel like you are.
Yeah, I guess
there's a war going on.
And
There's a lot of flying going on over there.
Sometimes you can look like a terrorist with the beard and all that. Do they ever say to you, stop and they frisk you?
Howard, can't you see I'm trying to get out of it? I'm trying to look more like a cross between a Yakov and a AA. Now, with this hair slicked back, an adult.
You could look like a terrorist sometimes, like between noon and midnight.
Well, yeah.
And Howard TV, I understand you actually get Howard TV.
I love it.
And you're a fan of the Miss Howard Stern reality show.
Love it.
You like that.
Yeah.
She's something, huh?
Yeah.
Would you bang her? Would you have sex with her?
I think we should double date. Me and her and Corey and George. We should go out. Why did that guy have to have the name Corey? He's from the South. It should be something cooler than that, you know?
I don't know.
But anyway, this is what I think you should do. And I'm sure you get a million ideas. And Howard, I'm not going to tell you your business.
But you're a writer. I mean, I would like to hear your ideas. You're really on strike.
Okay. This is what we do. Make it more Hefner-like. You send her out on missions, like maybe once to go, like, I don't know, for Howard TV, we need you to have like a bikini car wash to raise money for kids with cleft palates, the Joaquin Phoenix episode.
Right.
Another one, have her parachute into Fallujah, you know, something like that. But you send her out on these missions.
I like this idea.
I think it's cool. You know, she's like your VIP, your team, you know?
Like Charlie's Angels in a sense.
Exactly.
Like this is she goes out. I give her
GED Charlie's Angels.
I like it.
But the missions need to be more believable that she could handle, like
what, two cocks in her mouth?
Yeah.
I want you to break into the
going to renew her license.
Cock in your mouth.
No Born Identity kind of. No, but I think that would be great because I think that's a cool show and that's a cool part of the country and it's great that you did that.
So what do you think?
It's canceled. What?
No, you know, Lisa G pitched a show today called. She wanted to do a cooking show with Beetlejuice on there. Would you watch that?
Well,
said no.
You know, I'm more adult now, so here's another show I'm pitching, and I think this would be great for you too, because it's called On Your Mark, Get Set, Brunch. Now, it's kind of Metro.
Yeah.
I like
But
it.
like you and Beth, you show up, right?
I don't think there's a show we've turned down yet. Go ahead.
Okay. You and Beth, you show up. It's a Sunday. We talk about today's events, and then like Artie and like a chick shows up, you know, and it's like, and then some horrible happens, like, you know, I don't know, like escaped convict comes in and like shoots everybody. Well, George, what do you think?
I can't believe they fired you from Saturday Night Live.
Well, I'm an idea man. I'm a
So you would sit in these sketch meetings and you would pitch ideas when you worked for Saturday Night Live, which is a dream job for any young guy trying to get in the business.
Well, I didn't go to Harvard, so I don't even know how I got in there.
So you got in. Whatever it is, something attracted them to you.
Right.
You get in there and you would sit there. What year were you on? Who were the big stars that year?
Well, I was there with Sarah and
Sarah Silverman.
Yeah, and Jay Moore and who else was there? Chris Farley and.
So would you say, Chris Farley? Look, I got a great idea for you. And here's
he was too busy doing that guy that marching in one place guy.
Right, but did you ever say to him, "Hey,
Artie, am I stepping on something?
I want to write a sketch." You would pitch these ideas, and they would look at you like, "What? You were from another planet?"
Yeah, I didn't get it. Like, you know, this is my problem. I was never. I'm a fan of the show, like anybody growing up.
Right.
But I was never like, you know, one day I hope to. I'm like more. I'm not a show business guy, but. Dan Vitale is a guy whose name was brought up here.
Yeah, remember
was also on Saturday Night Live.
I see. So this is when you were dating Sarah Silverman. You at least got
No,
her.
I wasn't dating her then. No,
You
we were
banging her.
professionals.
Oh,
we were professional.
You were not
workers.
banging her at that point.
No, I was trying to bang. Who was the other? There's two other women on the show. No, Ellen Cleghorn. No, I'll tell you one thing. That show was rough on the ladies, but they won it back hard once Tina Fey took over.
Yes, they
Because
did.
now with the Lazy Sunday and all the rest of that, and On Your Mark, it said brunch ripoff.
Where do you stand with the N-word? You know, with Imus in the news.
Yeah, what do you think of Imus?
I hate the guy. You know that. I just think he's.
Do you really hate him?
I hate him. Yeah, I don't like him. I don't think he's a nice man. And,
So if
and he
I did
really
his
is-
show, I could never come back here.
No, not at all.
What if I was his sidekick?
You're not black.
What if I showed up every day with a watermelon?
I got to tell you something. No, I didn't like working with him. He wasn't particularly nice to me, so it would be
Oh,
hard.
I didn't know you worked. I thought you were always like
No, at
head to
NBC.
head against them.
No. At NBC we worked together, and he would go up to secretaries and call them niggers to their face.
No, he wouldn't, Howard.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and I
That kind of reminds me of the episode of Star Trek when Abe Lincoln beamed aboard and said to Uhura, "What a fine negress." But
was
see,
a good
he cushioned
episode.
it, negress.
That was a good episode. No, but but even aside from that, there's plenty of racists.
Did he pay them in cotton and mules?
Yes, I didn't like the guy that much.
Well,
do you forgive Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Would I?
Did you watch that show?
For having some of the skankiest white trash kids in America? I'm sorry, Paul. He put a whole load of money in my... No, I'll tell you one thing. What were we talking about, Imus?
Yeah.
I've never seen a guy move less. I mean,
Wake 'em up.
sometimes when I'm on the road and I can't watch him, I'll put a fucking cowboy hat on a dirty pile of laundry.
You know, it appears that the cowboy hat has gotten bigger because it's almost covering his entire head now. It's almost like a neck and then a big cowboy hat.
I can't believe that he wears the hat all the time. But I heard that his new sidekick is a Jewish black woman.
Right, that's right.
Robin, are you?
Well, they're trying everything.
So what do you think? Is that going to be good? I forgive
I don't think anything could make that show good. I defy people to stay tuned to it.
What about poor Kramer? Can he come back?
No, Kramer was exiled, I think. He really took a big fall for everybody to say the word nigger.
Yeah.
But a lot of these guys...
He really did. He is our...
But a lot of guys now are going to begin using the N-word. Honestly, I never even knew who Dog the Bounty Hunter was.
Right.
Come on.
It made him a big
He's like a
star.
legend.
The N-word made him a big star.
I had never seen him. I now know what he looks like.
Did you know who Dog the Bounty Hunter was? No.
Yeah, I do. I'm a fan of the show.
You
I've been
didn't
to
know
Hawaii.
who he was.
Howard, before Dog, the streets of Waikiki were a mess. Right, George?
I'm predicting a huge N-word resurgence.
You think so?
Celebrities are going to be using it to get in the newspaper.
Oh, wow, it's the new DUI.
That's right. Well, listen, let me just say that we're going to do the news now. Dave Attell is going to sit here with us. Are you dating anyone? Are you having any success with women?
No. I am dating.
You are? Oh,
I have no success, though.
One of the Olsen twins? Or?
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
Are you kidding? That's
I think that guy Lance, what's his name, was at one of my shows in Houston.
Lance Armstrong.
Yeah. It was like, it was amazing that he was there. I don't know if he got it or not, but he showed up, so that kind of made it more of a sad experience. But
Artie's trying to get back in the saddle. He's trying to get something. He had a date the other night.
Well, we were at Nadia's party, and
what is Nadia's party?
It's the party of the season. I don't know if you know.
It's a party Attell shows up to for 20 minutes and goes and does a spot somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I said, wait around. Thanks a lot, man. I had to get to Jersey. I got other things going on. By the way, Artie's sister is the nicest, sweetest girl in the world.
Why not date Artie's sister?
No, that would be too close.
Yeah, what about that?
Really?
Come on.
Would it be
Only if he could date my
okay
sister.
for,
My sister's married now, though.
I think
Artie-
Artie's sister is gorgeous.
Would
My
it be
sister's
okay
hot,
with
too.
you if
Yes.
Dave?
Of course it would.
You would be
Yeah.
okay with Dave and your sister?
It would
No,
be
your
hard-
sister's too nice.
It would be
She's
hard
not skanky.
It would be hard not being the funniest guy in the family anymore.
Oh.
But no,
Wikipedia that.
I would love it. I would love it. Sure.
No, she is super
Are you
nice.
serious? You want him banging your sister?
What about
Well, I
Rashida
wouldn't mind.
Jones?
What if he breaks her heart?
Me and Dave.
You know he's not. He's a commitment phobe.
No. Artie, your
me
sister
and
is just a nice person to hang out with.
I know.
She's
Well, there's a
always
lot
nice at the party.
There's a
And
lot of
when we-
comics who like.
Are you
my
attracted to Artie's sister?
Yeah, she's cool. I mean, no, I am attracted. But it's like you go to that party. Like I'm so old now. Like how many?
What it is there's this actress that we both know, Nadia Dajani's her name.
Yeah.
She's a very successful
Last
actress.
episode of Larry David show.
Yeah, she just
Okay.
did that Curb Your Enthusiasm. Anyway,
You're a fan, right?
No.
Yes,
I'm a fan of me.
she throws this party in the village every Thanksgiving Eve for like the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's a restaurant she rents out, and it's just I've been going for like the last 11 straight years. It's just so much fucking fun. It's a great party, and a lot of people in sort of the stand-up world see each other once a year at this party, and
I
you have
see.
fun. You get drunk. There's a lot of hot broads. Like Heather Graham is always there for
Yeah.
some reason, dancing like in the corner with her tits flying all
And
over
you
the place.
can't get her?
You guys can't
no.
nail Heather Graham?
No, she's like there's like a wall of like people around. Like Artie probably could get into that because he's successful, but people like myself,
Well, you got an
I'm
HBO
like on the
special.
end, like with the like the broken down like voiceover people. You know what I'm saying?
What we do, this is for the third straight year, though. Quincy Jones has this gorgeous daughter, one of the ones with Peggy
Beautiful.
Lipton.
Yeah, it actually looks like a tan Peggy Lipton. the daughter.
Yes.
Rashida Jones, right?
Right, I know. I've seen her.
And for like the past 3 years in a row, somehow me and Dave have done shots with her at the
Yeah.
bar.
She's beautiful.
And I get drunk and I just tell her how much I appreciate her father, like letting me go to rehab and get my job back at Mad TV. And she's
That
like,
always
"Oh."
turns a woman on.
She said, "Oh, you should write him. I'm sure he'd love to hear about it. My father's nice with that." I'm like, and then I say something awkward, and then she leaves shaking her head.
No, she's like, oh, that's so sweet. Then she always leaves with a member of the office, like a hot show.
Right. And so,
You guys are on the bottom of the totem pole.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even bad. Like you go to that kind of party, it's like unless you got like super hot game or something, it's just cool that you go in there and that I know not. It's like you finally know somebody throws the party.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you must go to parties all the time, right?
I don't. I'm not a big party.
sure?
person. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm
right.
pretty sure I know where I
This
go.
George, do you ever hit a party?
George loves a party.
in L.A. Yes.
Like what kind of parties are they?
Well, I mean, friends' parties.
Glory hole party.
let's call a spade a spade.
George describes a
Want
quite
to
active
go?
life.
Want to go, Dave?
Different themes. Chuck Berry night, R. Kelly night.
I can't
Oh,
believe
my
you still
goodness.
smoke.
Me?
Yeah, I went to this exhibit. I got to tell you
There
this.
are a lot of Artie smoke.
I can't believe it. I went to this show, Body Works, where they show you a human body opened up. It was pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
But they show you the lungs of a healthy dead person, guy who died of whatever, but not lung disease.
Broken
then they
heart.
show you someone who dies of lung cancer from smoking, a smoker's lungs. I don't even know if they die from it. They're pitch black. I mean,
Oh, my God.
it's so startling. They say that once people see this, they take their cigarettes out of their pocket, they put them down on the exhibit, and they never smoke again.
Both guys are dead, though.
Both guys are dead, but
But that's
boy,
the Chinese prisoner where they vivisection
I don't know.
them.
I don't know if that's that, but I don't know. I don't know which one is that. But it was pretty wild to see dead. A person's lungs who smoke. They're black. I mean, just the
All
color
right.
of charcoal.
But
And I used to smoke. I understand, but
How long did you smoke for? Then?
I smoked. I used to smoke 3 or 4 packs a day. There was hardly enough time in the day to smoke.
When did you
Was that
start?
when
'Cause
you were
you
the-
quit pretty early.
I quit early. I was a
you were
junior
the
in
Imus.
college. No, when I was a junior in college, I quit.
That's astonishing, though. I can't believe you smoked 3 packs of cigarettes.
Oh
a day.
my God, I was so addicted.
Did I
What
miss
made
go,
you quit?
What made me quit?
Yeah.
I started my career in radio, in college
Oh,
radio,
yeah,
and my
you needed
voice
your
would be
voice.
tired, and I said, this is it, I'm going to do it. And I was really just addicted. And the other thing that drove me crazy, when I'd walk outside, it would be a beautiful day in Boston, and I'd inhale the smoke, and I go, I'm walking in fresh air, putting in smoke. And it all of a sudden didn't make sense to me. Also, I started doing transcendental meditation.
Oh, God.
I'm telling
No,
you,
really?
a couple of weeks before I quit. And they said to me, a lot of people end up quitting when they do it. And coincidentally, or not coincidentally, I did quit after starting to meditate.
See, I started smoking in Newark, where it was like, why not smoke? It's actually healthier.
That makes sense.
Artie, you
Healthier.
have character in your voice.
How about you, George? Have you ever?
Hey, George, what was that?
That was excellent.
Was that an impression of Artie?
Yeah.
George, did
That's
you ever
me.
smoke or no?
What?
George,
Yes.
did you ever smoke?
He smoked a lot of things, but
But not
Yes.
cigarettes.
Not cigarettes. Not cigarettes.
Wow. Robin, what's in the news?
Something evil just
By
came out of George.
elimination.
George, that Artie impression is frightening.
I never heard anything like that. It's like,
What do you mean?
That's my act.
I sit next to you all the time.
wow. You sound like the Sheriff Mafuni.
Artie, do you go to Nadia's party? Artie, do you go to Nadia's party?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm
He's
talking to
talking to
Artie.
you.
George,
Oh.
you're a regular Ryan Stiles.
I said, Artie, do
Give
you
up some timing.
do you like going to Nadia's party?
Nadia's party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wherever it is. That restaurant in the village.
Do you like to eat healthy food or bad food?
Well, I gotta sit next to this guy, George, here. He always stares at what I eat.
I have to say, that's like Dat Fan doing his impression of Mexicans.
I've never heard an
Horrendous.
Artie impression so good. Thank you, George.
No, it isn't.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back. Don't forget, Dave Attell's here. He's celebrating Captain Miserable.
180 pounds of sad.
You like it better?
I like that
I
too.
like it better, too.
All right. Well, believe me, I know your pain because when I... Oh,
What's going on
I don't
here?
know.
Oh.
When Artie and Dave are wrestling. When I wrote my book, Private Parts, that was not
That's
the
a great
original-
name, too.
But that was not the original title.
What was it?
Mein Kampf. And they would not put it in the stores.
Well, you know that.
Walmart wouldn't sell
They
that either.
wouldn't. Then I said, I'm going to call it My Penis. Because I wanted to see Howard Stern's, or just call it Penis, and it would say Howard Stern's Penis is #1 on the
Oh,
bestseller.
that's funny. That's
And
good.
they said they would not sell anything called Penis. So it went from Mein Kampf to Penis to Private Parts.
We're going to spell it differently, Mein Kampf, or?
No, the same, Mein Kampf. I said, what if I call it My Struggle? And they said, they didn't like that either.
After today,
Final solution?
After
Nothing?
today, I'm going to call mine gay, so it says Artie Lang's gay.
There you go.
I'll move a lot of books.